Promotional consideration paid for by the Comic Corps. Hello and welcome to Dru Manchu's Comic Book Reviews. I'm your host, Dru Manchu. Here's your book, Avengers 22. You know what we're going to do? We're going to review. Avengers 22 by Jason Aaron and Stefano Caselli is just another step in Jason Aaron's story with the Avengers. They had the Celestial host. They're living inside of Celestial's Avengers Mountain right now. We had a war with the vampires. We did the War of the Realms, and now everything has started to settle down, except for the Ghost Rider, Robbie Reyes. He is coming to his wit's end with his car. It's trying to kill his little brother. We get a really nice retelling of his backstory, as well as all of his motivations laid to bear in this first issue of the Challenge of the Ghost Riders. They're going to do an exorcism on his car, try to remove the spirit of vengeance from his car and himself, and who better to do the exorcism than the son of Satan himself, Damien Hellstrom. Hellstrom comes in, he's an absolute boss, he owns the room, he performs the exorcism only to send Robbie Reyes to hell to meet the Ghost Rider Johnny Blaze, who challenges him to a race. Also in the B story here, we get some snippets of the larger tale that Aaron is weaving with the Avengers and the Avengers BC when we find in Turkey a Iron Man helmet that dates back to 1 million BCE. So we're going to find out some more about that going forward as well. Just a little nugget that Jason Aaron throws in there for you. And guys, this book had its ups and its downs. Stefano Caselli's art is definitely one of the high points. Really clean line work. Some fantastic character designs for Damien Hellstrom, the son of Satan. One of my favorite characters in tertiary Marvel history. I love Marvel Spotlight number 12. I pick that book up every time I see it. And it is the origin of Damien Hellstrom, the son of Satan. So be sure to check that out if you're more interested in that. He shows up here bald and looking badass, and he just throws his weight around. You can tell that Blade doesn't trust Hellstrom. Hellstrom doesn't trust Blade, but they can totally respect each other's power. And we get Hellstrom running down Captain Marvel with a little bit of shade. He says anyone who doesn't already have the stain of hell rooted deep in their souls should leave the room now. She says, I'm not going anywhere. And he says, I wasn't talking to you, alien half-breed. Rogers, get out. So that's pretty cool. I like the fact that he throws some shade at Captain Marvel. That's pretty dope. Aaron also tells a really nice, concise story here, but we do a whole lot of backtracking. And if you have read the origin of Ghost Rider Robbie Reyes before, you know anything about him, this is kind of an old hat, and nothing really of consequence happens in this issue. It is the first issue of a story arc, so I'll forgive it that for being a whole lot of setup. And I am interested to see where the Ghost Riders go moving forward from this. There is going to be a new Ghost Rider number 1 that includes Johnny Blaze and Danny Ketch, and I don't know if Robbie Reyes is going to go the way of the dodo. That might be what they're doing here, and I'm not really a huge fan of Robbie Reyes, but I do dig the car as opposed to the motorcycle. I think it's kind of a neat deal. But hey man, if they go ahead and do away with it, who am I to argue with it? It's super nice that Aaron brings back Hellstrom. I know I keep harping on that. Really great character. But he's also going to be the focus of a new series on Hulu coming out in 2020. So we're going to see the son of Satan in his own TV show. So a little bit of spec there for you. Pick up those Spotlight 12s. And I believe it was Ghost Rider number 2 was his first appearance. So check that out. I really enjoyed this issue, but it was a whole lot of setup, a lot of rehashing of information. And to be honest, first issues of arcs rarely ever hit the high mark for me. So this is a 3.5 out of 5, guys. I really did enjoy it, though. And I think that you guys should be reading Avengers on a regular basis. So check it out. Thanks for watching the video, folks. Make sure you click that like button, subscribe if you like the content, and click that notification bell because the Comic Corps has fresh content coming at you live every weeknight at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Starting on Mondays, we got Alec from White Whale Comics with Story Comic Corps. He gathers a group together, and they're going to fantasy book your story arc or go over some classic trades. No matter what they do, it's a must-see TV. On Tuesday nights, stop by and check out the Golden Guys. JD Comics and his friends will put together a great show for you, sharing their knowledge of Golden Age collections and the books that they've picked up. Some really, really great nuggets of wisdom from these guys. On Wednesday, stop by for the B Show. The Blue brand gives you the best on-the-rails new comic book day conversation that you could possibly ask for with Comic Corps Unlimited. That's every Wednesday at 10 p.m. Eastern. On Thursdays, we take it outside the issues with entertainment from the world of movies and TV, all comic book related, but not the issues themselves. Be sure to stop by and chat it up about Swamp Thing or The Boys or whatever we're watching at that point in time, gang. Get on board and be a part of the crew. And Friday nights, we take it off the rails, the Comic Corps A Show, the flagship of the network. We're going to go ahead and throw back a couple of cold ones and discuss all the nerd activity from the past week. We'll have some special guests. We'll share our hauls and our picks of the week. And we'll just mainly get silly and find out what Mark is eating. Stop by and check out Off the Rails on Friday nights. The Comic Corps has something in store for everybody. Make sure you click that like button, that subscribe button, and that little notification bell to make sure you never miss when we're going live.